Alrighty, our guest today is the co-founder and visionary behind Spa Ceylon, the world's first and only luxury Ayurveda brand. Stalin Balisuriya has built an international wellness empire by blending ancient Sri Lankan healing traditions with modern luxury, which creates a brand that is as soulful as it is successful. From beginnings in Sri Lanka to now a global expansion, his story is one of purpose, perseverance, and a powerful vision. He's also our first male guest here on the show.
Oh, fantastic.
So welcome.
I hope I do well for the rest of the boys.
I mean, first to start, you came in pajamas,
There we go.
which I was surprised about. I was like, you know what? I think told one of your PR team, I was like, if he's comfortable, he can come in something like a cotton set.
No,
It's okay.
I need to respect your theme. Pajamas it is.
And I respect that.
I was just telling my team on the way in, it's so comfortable. Why don't I wear this more often? But
Right?
there we go.
Right?
Yeah.
We really want it to be a comfortable experience for you. Of course, I've told you off camera, I have encountered your brand during a trip to Sri Lanka. I love it. I rave about it all the time because it really is as it sounds, right? It is luxury and it's healing combined into one amazing set of products. And so I want to ask you, before even Spa Ceylon, who was Shalin?
Okay.
But
Okay.
before we get into that, we'll start with a little icebreaker first.
Let's do it.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right. So this one is the sip or spill, but this is the all spill edition. I want to hear it all.
Okay.
Okay? First, biggest risk that you ever took?
Well, the big one was taking Ayurveda to the world. Ayurveda is considered it was almost a poor man's science. It's the alternate medicine people used when they didn't go to Western medicine. And when we wanted to make it luxury and take it onto the world, people told us we were mad. Because Ayurveda is coarse, it doesn't generally smell that great, but it has got a wealth of knowledge. So trying to take that, make it luxury, take it out to the world, has to be the biggest risk.
So what is one thing that people would be shocked to know about Shalin?
I'm very out there in terms because along with the brand, so a lot of people know a lot about me. Possibly the fact that apart from the whole Ayurveda holistic side, I'm also very into vintage cars,
Okay.
which seems very different. I guess that's something that stands out, but a lot of the rest of my life is out there, so a lot of people know now.
What are the top 3 vintage cars you're really into?
Oh, if I could get anything, it would be Mercedes SL.
Okay.
I have a few cars of my own, but that is the ultimate goal.
Okay. What would you say was the hardest year in business for Spa Ceylon?
Oh, definitely when COVID hit. It was shocking. Because Spa Ceylon had built a whole brand that was very experiential. We have a store concept that from the moment you step in, it's layers and layers of sensory engagement. So
Right.
the music that's playing is ours, all the design is ours, every single unit is ours, the fragrance is ours. So you walk into something that's multi-layered and uniquely Spa Ceylon. And COVID hits, and just like that, everyone's stuck at home. How do we deliver this experience digitally, which we didn't know how to do? It was a scary, scary time because we had to completely rethink how we took the brand out to the world. Thankfully, we spent that time really figuring out digitally how to take it out there, how to give that experience, how to share what Spa Ceylon is all about. And the great thing is coming out of COVID, now we are even digitally entering markets like we've done in the UAE.
Yes.
As you know, getting space in the UAE is really tough. So while we wait for our space, we thought we'll enter digitally. And so I think every cloud is a silver lining, and that was ours.
I like that. And you know what? With the little touches that Spa Ceylon adds, like, I don't know if you guys do it here, but the little spritz that you do whenever you give the packaging to somebody, I feel like that's in a way kind of like a way to adapt to the circumstances. I don't know if you guys still did that during the deliveries in the pandemic, but that's
We
still
did.
very
So
Spa Ceylon.
we made sure that at least when you got the product, the experience of unboxing it
A
was
little bit
special.
there, yes.
And instead of using normal boxes, we used decorative boxes and so on and so forth. So plus about communicating, how to use social media to bring
Yes.
all those layers to life is something we learned. And it's working well in multiple markets now. But the ultimate is stepping into a spa salon. So I'm really looking forward to bringing that experience to the UAE soon.
I want to ask you more about that
Yeah.
in a bit. But before that, I want to know about your non negotiable daily habit.
Well, when I wake up, I call it a moment of nothingness.
Okay.
Where it's nothing, where it's completely free time. It's almost meditative, where I try to think about and do nothing for easily 5 to 10 minutes. It kind of resets because your urge is to reach out for the phone, get into that. But now I've trained myself. That moment of nothingness has to happen, and that's a non-negotiable. No matter how busy I am, no matter what time I wake up, no matter what goes on, that needs to be there. It's almost like a reset button for the brain and body.
So it's not like a meditation, right? It's just, you just genuinely will try to do
Absolutely nothing. So
Wow.
it's almost a meditative state.
Okay.
But it's not a layered thing where you set up the room and you light something or you put music on or something like that. Wherever I am, I like to focus on one thing. Ideally, if I could get outside. I love nature, and I've come to learn the great impact that nature has on the human body and mind. So if I can get out, get some fresh air, and just spend some time just being, it's an amazing feeling. Try
That's
it.
beautiful. I like that, just being.
Just being.
Because when we talk about nowadays resetting ourselves or coming into a flow state, there is always a bunch of rituals that come with it that can
Yep.
sometimes make a person hesitant to even try or to adopt it into a daily ritual.
Yep.
But if the goal is nothingness,
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing
That's
to complain
that's
about.
all you need. Nothing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all you need. All right. What is one word you can use to describe Spa Ceylon?
Peace. And that's it. It's creating those moments of peace, breaking away from the madness of the world, breaking away from even what our mind is telling us or what our body is telling us, and giving it a break. And that's what we try to do with each product, even if it's skincare. That healing sense that the skin, that our products give your skin, it gives your skin peace. What happens is that we're constantly tormenting ourselves with what we put our skin and hair and body and mind through. The crazy amount of stimuli when we are online or the way we live our lives, the stuff we're eating, the environment we're in, all that, harsh lights, all that, it takes us off balance. And that process of going back into balance, which again is the Ayurveda philosophy or the Ayurveda science, is a state of peace. And that's what we aim to give people with Spa Ceylon.
And you guys are doing an amazing job at that.
Oh, thank you.
One word to describe your younger self.
Chaotic.
I could not imagine. Oh my gosh. All right. One word for you to describe success.
Joy. Because it's not money, it's not titles, it's not achievements. None of that mean nothing if it doesn't it doesn't end with joy and a sense of contentment. So the ultimate pursuit is joy, nothing more.
Beautiful. I guess that's where we'll end that game segment, because now I am just dying to know, who were you before Spa Ceylon? A vintage car lover, chaotic. Tell us more about that.
I before Spa Ceylon, yeah, I was chaotic and still am. Very much a people person. Again, still I am. Before Spa Ceylon and now, not much has changed. But because of learning so much about wellness, learning so much about Ayurveda, it's augmented my life in a really powerful way. But apart from that, the human being I am hasn't changed so much. And the way I got into this industry is also that's one of the first questions people ask. How do two guys, my brother and I,
Yes.
founded this, get into the beauty wellness industry? Our mother, many, many years ago, started Sri Lanka's first beauty brand.
Did she?
And it started in our pantry. So she used cake mixes, bowls, things like that to create Sri Lanka's first beauty brand.
Oh, wow.
And we saw it happen. And we saw the profound impact it had on people as it grew. We were kids when we grew up through this. And at that time, there was no internet, there was no social media, no email, nothing. So people would write asking for advice, and the mailman would bring bags of letters with people asking for advice, and my mom used to sit and write responses to it, and then there were another bags and bags of letters thanking people, thanking her for what happened to their skin or how they feel. And that's something my mother always ingrained in it. She said, the industry we are in, it's not vanity. People will always frame the beauty industry as vanity. But no, it's about the way people feel. And
Correct.
she used to have these interactions, and she'll turn to me and say, Puta, Puta is son, see what just happened. And people would come up to her and say, oh, I have this scar, it went off, and because of the scar, I used to not leave home. And after it went off, I faced the world, or something as simple as acne, and how it killed their confidence, and how getting rid of the acne changed their lives and things like that. And that whole sense that beauty was beyond vanity really impacted us. And I guess that's what drove us to get into the industry as well. And that's what we see. We brought the wellness factor into it as well, that everything we do creates an impact in people's lives that's more profound than what you see on the outside. And that drives us every day. And when people say, just like walking in, your team said, oh, I love the way that fragrance
dream
felt.
balm, yes.
Or someone says, oh, I love the way I felt when I walked in your store. The word feel is really strong. I've got this big giant sign on my office wall, the famous Maya Angelou quote. It says, people will forget what you do, people will forget what you say, but
they'll
people will never forget
how
the
you
way
feel.
you make them feel.
Yes.
And that's what we want to do with this brand. Whether it's wellness, whether it's beauty, we want people to feel good. We want people to feel confident. And being able to be in an industry that helps people do that is just amazing.
I can imagine that's a different feeling to have purpose alongside something that is otherwise often looked into as quite a shallow industry.
Absolutely.
To add some depth to it,
Absolutely.
substance,
Yeah.
that must be incredible. How old were you when you would watch your mom, make the products?
Really young. So when she started, I would have been 6, 7. And then growing up, we saw the growth. It grew from something in a pantry to something that were in 6,000 stores around Sri Lanka.
What, does it have a name?
It's still around. It's called Jana.
Still around.
It's a mass market brand.
Okay.
So you get them in supermarkets, in stores across Sri Lanka. Still, we run the business now.
Lovely.
And that was our stepping stone into beauty. Even when we started the brand, Mom already had a manufacturing facility we could use. She had infrastructure we could leverage on, and that's how we ended up here. And the joy of still meeting people when you go out and saying, hey, I used your mom's products, or I still use your mom's products, and I'm so happy now I'm using the products you guys do. It's just
makes you proud as well.
I'm getting goosebumps talking about it.
Yes, me too. I mean, see, that's something I didn't know. I'm definitely carrying this conversation and telling my Sri Lankan bestie when I get back. I'm like, did you know? She'd probably be like, yes, I knew, but whatever. But it's just so interesting to me that as a kid of 6 years old, you saw that. And then, I just want to know, like, growing up, I don't imagine that you thought, let me follow the footsteps immediately. Did you?
Absolutely not. I mean, it was never a plan. Even when I went out to university, I never went and studied anything related to this. I did marketing and economics and marketing. Even when I came back, I hadn't thought about it. But now thinking back, I always saw the impact it had on people.
Right.
That the humanness of the business was amazing. The other thing my mom did is she ran a beauty school. It was Sri Lanka's first beauty school as well.
Pioneer.
Which empowered a lot of women. So there were very little women in the workforce in Sri Lanka at that time. And for the first time, women learning beauty got a career. They could run little salons out of their home. They were doing things. They were achieving things. They were, in a situation that they could have an income for themselves, which is great. So that was another very nice thing as well, how empowering the industry can be. So all this, of course, even though you don't consciously think about it at a young age, all this really kept feeding into us.
Yes.
And when the opportunity came and I was back after university, quite by accident, I had to fill in for someone in the company. And then I thought, okay, maybe I stay back and get involved in this, and yeah, the rest is history, really.
Beautiful. And then at which point did the birth of Spa Ceylon really come into play with you and your brother?
So we started thinking about it in the early 2000s. My brother and I were running Mum's business. Sri Lanka was going through a bit of a tough time. There's a civil war, economy wasn't growing, and we knew we had to do something that had the legs to go international. So that's when we started researching what we could do in this industry, because it was the industry we knew and we were passionate about. And seeing the world moving and going green at that stage, that's when the real green revolution was starting. Those green diets were coming out. Yoga had was going
Massive.
towards becoming a billion-dollar industry. Then we found Ayurveda in Sri Lanka and thought, wow, what an amazing science. And imagine if we could take this to the world by elevating it to the luxury standard, because we looking at consumer behavior, we saw two things. People wanted natural, but people wanted luxury at every level. Luxury was no longer top tier only. So if we could find a way to bring these two things together in a very unique way, we knew we could have something. And that's where Ayurveda came in. That's where luxury Ayurveda came in. And that's where we brought a lot of art and culture from our little island home into everything we do. As you see in these products as well, all these flowers, all these designs were created for the brand, inspired by Sri Lanka. And it's a tiny country with a lot of culture, a lot of color, a lot of natural bounty as well. Yes. So we were able to leverage on that and create something that was completely unique. Even now, when I go to Europe and I'm walking through the malls, everything in the beauty section is white and beige and silver. And then you come across Spa Ceylon and bam!
Burst of colors.
It's a burst of color
patterns.
and fragrance, and it's almost mad. People would wonder why we're there, but that's exactly it.
Yes.
We sit there unique, and people wonder what this is. Come in and start experiencing the brand. And that's what Spa Ceylon's all about, taking what's uniquely Ceylonese or Sri Lankan from this tiny little island of ours and taking it out to the world.
How did that come about in terms of the products that you put out now? Were there any rituals, like Sri Lankan rituals, that you had growing up that you thought, oh, this could go into a product? Like, was there a particular example of that?
See, when you go into Ayurveda, there is a wealth of knowledge. So it's not personal ritual per se. I guess there are personal rituals built into our lives, like hair oiling and things like that. But when you look at Ayurveda, almost everything that modern science is bringing to you today, be it retinol, there is an Ayurveda equivalent from bok choy. Gemma or retinol comes from white rice. Or retinol equivalent can come from a rambutan leaf stem.
Wow.
So every time the modern skincare world gets an ingredient out, we go back to Ayurveda and check, hey, where is the natural alternative to this? Because for almost everything, there is something. And then we start building it into product and giving people the benefit of these buzz skincare, but naturally.
Okay. So for somebody that's listening right now who doesn't really understand Ayurveda, what is the real difference between Ayurvedic products and then regular commercial products that you see?
The simplest way to explain Ayurveda is it's a journey of balance. It's our bodies have everything we need to heal ourselves. So if you're looking at a situation like acne or dandruff or dry skin or so on, it's a situation that our bodies have gone off balance. By healing what causes it to go off balance, you bring it back into balance and you bring it towards its perfect point. And that's what Ayurveda is. For instance, in Western medicine, you have a headache, they give you a paracetamol or something, which essentially kills the pain. In Ayurveda, you have a headache, they treat why you have the headache.
The root.
The root cause. And through healing, they stop the pain. So this is how we look at skincare. This is how we look at body care. How do we give the nourishment your skin needs? How do we give the nourishment your body needs to heal, to bring it to its perfect point? And that's the philosophy behind everything. And of course, the nourishment comes from natural ingredients that we put together.
So this is really about like you said, long-term benefits versus quick fixes in a nutshell as well.
Absolutely. But that being said, in certain cases, you'll be surprised how quick it works as well. Because when you haven't given your skin, your scalp, your body, your hair the right nourishment, sometimes within the first few days of getting it, you'll see how it reacts. Just think about a plant or some flowers in a ways that are starting to wilt because it hasn't got water. And the moment you put some water in, you give it a few minutes, straight away you start seeing it starting to flourish again, or you see a plant starting to flourish again. It's very much the same with our skin, our body, our hair, our scalp, all that. Give it the right nourishment and it starts reacting almost immediately. But long term, it's about continuously giving it that nourishment so that you are closest to your perfect state at any given time.
Other than the initial struggle or the risk rather of starting a luxury brand that is also rooted in Ayurvedic principles, what else was the biggest challenge that you and your brother had to overcome when you were first starting Spa Ceylon?
I think the big thing is taking something that's Sri Lankan out. Most people didn't know where Sri Lanka was when we took it out there. Now Sri Lanka is a little more known. And when you come from a tiny country, trust becomes a thing. Oh, can you guys manage? I remember doing a fair in Vegas very early. It was a big beauty fair called Cosmoprof. And we told them it was from Sri Lanka. And then she's like, oh, did you ride elephants to school?
Oh.
And of course I said yes.
As you should, as you should.
So it's like that. So people trust, oh, do you have the technology? Do you have the know-how to actually create good product? So that was one. The next big thing we still have going on is getting good space.
Right.
When you're an independent brand going into new markets, getting good retail space is tough. Even in the UAE, we're on a wait list for retail space because a lot of the brands are owned by conglomerates or big players, and they buy space by floors pretty much. And when you're an independent brand, you've got to wait in line. So that's still in play, but waiting for something to happen soon.
Inshallah, as we say. What did the early days of Spa Ceylon look like? If you could walk me through it.
The early days, I mean, when we launched, we couldn't even afford to have different colored packaging. All our packaging was green. So people used to even confuse what they were using from time to time. Everything was green. Our boxes were black because we thought it'd be cool. And we thought, hey, if Prada can do it, why can't we? And then we quickly learned that people didn't want to gift, particularly in Asia, people didn't want to gift black boxes. And we quickly started infusing color into it. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of doing beauty fairs, introducing the product, hand carrying stuff, building stores ourselves, and a lot of hustle, a lot of hard work, but it's paid off, and it's really nice looking back on it. Also looking back on it, we learned about the industry from a ground level, which allows us to run it today as well quite well, because we know the whole process.
I don't imagine that, or was there actually any moment in the entire process where you were like, it's too much, I want to give up, let me just focus back on continuing mother's legacy?
Strangely, no. I think my brother and I are both very optimistic humans, and it helps to have two people as well. So even if one person's feeling a little iffy, the other one's, hey, come on, let's go. And we were very fortunate to have that in each other, plus the support system around us as well. So it was never a point. The scariest one was COVID, though, because we had to completely realign the way we did things. But we came out of it. We actually ended up growing through COVID.
I love that.
So we came out of it quite well. So I think the right attitude and the willingness to be agile has really paid off.
Because, I mean, if you're a brand that can surpass or, like, make it through COVID, I feel like you can make it through anything.
Oh, absolutely.
That was a really, really tough time for all. Nobody had answers at all. Who are you as an entrepreneur? Like, let's say your brother is more, for example, the creative one, and you're more of the strategy guy. Or, like, which one are you and which one
So,
is he, for
okay,
example?
so we're both creative, thankfully, and that's where a lot of this stems from. But he's more back end, I'm more front end. So formulations, product development is all him, or mostly him. Most of the front end, the marketing, the way our stores look, designing the stores, designing what people see, the interaction, the PR, all that is me. So it's also worked really well for our personalities. And I think that's one of our strengths for the brand.
Beautiful. All right. Now, I personally want to know, what are your personal favorite products from Spa Ceylon? Because you guys have a lot. What are your personal favorites,
So one
and
of my
why?
favorite ranges is a range called De-Stress. It has ingredients like frankincense, kaffir, lang, and it really does help you recoup. I travel a lot, almost half the year I'm on an aircraft, and that really helps with the jet lag. Really good for hangovers as well.
Okay, good to know.
Works really well. But one of my new favorites is the Sea Weather.
Tell us about Seavedo.
So Sea Weather is it's actually Ayurveda knowledge plus new technology coming
Okay.
together. So we've got new patented technology that allows us to mimic the feeling of being by the ocean. So being by the ocean has some sensory benefits from what you see, the blue, the wave, the sound of the waves, all that. But also the way the wind comes together with the salt, with the breeze, it has an effect on your body. We've managed to bring this into the range, much like its sister range here, which is Forest Weather. So Forest Weather gives you the benefits of forest bathing whenever you use it, because phytoncides is something that plants put out, and they actually put it out to protect themselves from bugs and so on.
Okay.
But it's really good for us. So being out in a forest lowers your cortisol levels, relaxes you, puts you in a good mood. It's been tested and proven. So that is captured in this range, which gives you the sense of that in your own home. So these two ranges are becoming favorites too, because I think particularly the Forest Weather will do so well in Dubai, because you guys need some green.
We do need it. We do need it. When you sprayed a little bit of it before the start of the podcast, I'm like, yes, thank you so much. I've been
Yeah.
transported back to Sri Lanka.
It's very grounding. Yesterday we did this very cool forest weather experience where we did yoga and grounding and meditation along with some sound healing using the range, and people just went into bliss. They
That's
just
beautiful,
loved it.
especially in the meditation part, right? When you have, because what was it? Aromatherapy as well is, I think, something that Spa Ceylon incorporates really beautifully into its products. Not just topicals, not just things that will relieve your muscles from pain or hangover cure,
Yep,
like you
yep.
said, but also the sensory really plays
Absolutely.
a big
So
part.
what we do is multisensory, and the great thing about Ayurveda, it's beyond aromatherapy. So it's not only what the aroma does, but how it interacts with your senses. I think you're joining us for an event
Yes,
this
very
evening,
excited.
which we're going to be using Sea Weather,
Perfect.
and we'll be doing sound healing and flotation with it. We've done this before, and it's an amazing experience.
And I know you'll be leading it.
Yes, I will be.
Tell me about this. So, have you always been into wellness, or do you think through Spa Ceylon you've also grown a fondness of wellness rituals and leading meditations and sound healing and whatnot?
Doing Spa Ceylon, I started learning wellness. I started learning the amazing benefits of Ayurveda. I studied with Ayurveda doctors. Then I got into the other healing practices. I've studied mindfulness and meditation, which I lead. I'm a certified sound healer as well, so I practice that. It lends itself to the brand, and I'm learning how amazingly impactful these old sciences are. And what's crazy is that as much as new technology and AI and all that come into play, I think the wealth of knowledge and benefit that all sciences bring is unbelievable. Deep diving into sound healing in the last year or so, the amount of healing sound healing can bring for trauma, for addiction, for aches and pains, and the fact that these vibrations, and that people have been doing this in the Himalayas and Nepal and all that for many hundreds of years, And that knowledge, how it comes and can be so present today and can be so healing today, is just amazing. So apart from wellness in general and all the new stuff that's happening, I'm really, really interested in the old sciences of wellness and what it can bring to the new world.
So good to know. As somebody who really does admire the brand, I think it's so special when you know that the people behind it aren't just putting names on a box, aren't just trying to go into a category and trying to claim that space, but are actually really integrated into it, like on a personal level. And I feel like on a corporate level with the brand, even it's integrated into everything that you guys do, because there could have been so many different ways to introduce Spa Ceylon in Dubai, for example, but to choose to even give prospective consumers or the public an experience that can heal them as well, I think is really, really beautiful. I want to talk about now bringing Spa Ceylon to Dubai. What brought that upon with you? But I know that you guys have had also other branches in different parts of the world, right?
Yeah.
After Sri Lanka. Could you walk me through that a bit?
So we're in 31 countries around the world. The UAE has always been in our sights for quite a long time. And what's always held us back is getting good space here.
Saturated.
It's saturated. It's waiting lists, all that stuff. And it's actually the learning from COVID of how to enter a country digitally, even if you don't have the ground space, was what said, okay, it's time now to come into Dubai and let's go in digitally. Let's start doing workshops. Let's start doing pop-ups till we get the right store space and we could still make it happen. And that's why we're here now. And it's going well. We're a few months in. The response to the brand's been quite amazing. And we keep running into people that says, oh, I've seen it, I've used it, much like you. And even at the events, so many people coming and telling us how they've been using it for years in certain cases. Yesterday, we met someone who's been using it for 14 years. That's like almost as...
a loyal devotee
exactly.
to the brand.
So I think we have a lot to bring in to Dubai because Spa Ceylon is very grounding. Dubai has a lot of tech, has a lot of the best the world has to offer. But I think what we bring in is this old science, something that's grounding, something that's natural, something that really connects you to the earth. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of one of the missing links, I think. And we're going to continue to link it to wellness experiences. We're going to continue to link it to healing experiences because that's what we're about. So apart from, yes, we want to be successful, we want to grow, but we want to bring healing to people. And we want to bring healing to people around the world. And Dubai is such a special place because it's like a little world. There's someone from everywhere. And to be able to share that here and that grounding here is something very special to us. And I'm enjoying the process as well.
I love it. And I feel like it's such a, as much as you are introducing luxury, this brand of luxury and Ayurveda all together, you're also introducing Sri Lanka to the world, dare I say, just because, it opens up conversations about where it came from, what inspired it, your background as one of the founders of it. So I think that's a great thing as well, because I believe that the country and its people deserve that spotlight.
Oh, absolutely. See, it's one of the most satisfying things that everywhere we go, we like fly a flag for Sri Lanka because it reeks of the island we come from, right? The aromas, the ingredients, the colors, the designs,
yes,
the stories, everything comes from our little island home. And it's a very warm sharing of it. Anyone's been to Sri Lanka will tell you the people are very warm.
Very.
And that's what we want our product range to feel like as well. Like a Sri Lankan smile, like a Sri Lankan hug, like a Sri Lankan invitation to come and heal.
Like an Ayurvedic.
Absolutely.
So for the women who are stressed out in Dubai, you mentioned, Dubai is that city that's fast-paced. There's a lot of tech. There's a lot of innovation. What product would you recommend the most for stressed women living in Dubai, like myself?
So I guess we've got a lot out there. We've got a sleep range that is our bestseller across the world. which is phenomenal. We've got the de-stress range again, which is
Yes.
great for people who are stressed out and travel. But I think these two ranges in particular that we're launching here, which is the Forest Weather and Sea Weather, are very grounding ranges. And with that comes that sense of peace, that sense of relaxation, and that sense of connection to the earth and nature. And I think that's really, really powerful, particularly in this setting. Because a lot of people in Dubai are living in built-up spaces. You're facing a lot of synthetic light all the time. I spoke yesterday about earthing and grounding, where your feet come in contact with the real ground. Not much of that happening as well. So, in a space or in a area where people need that natural connection, these two ranges will work really well. One to connect you and give you the relaxation of the ocean, the other to give you that sense of being in a lush rainforest, which are both amazing ways to connect with the earth.
Very true. So for myself personally, I feel like the forest range is something that I would go more into. But I want you to walk me with some of the products in that range. For example, what do we have here?
If I was introducing the range to someone, any one of the ranges, one of the first things I'll do is this. This is a mist that you can put on yourself. You can put it on your pillows. You can put it on in your car, wherever. I'm going to spray this now.
I love it.
And just
We love a spritz sample.
which works amazingly well.
It
And
sets the tone
absolutely.
immediately.
Yeah. So once you make this part of your ritual, it kind of sends a signal to your body saying, "Hey, it's relaxed time." One of the most powerful things in the range is, in both ranges, is our balm, and in all our ranges. So balms are one of the most primitive ways to get the herbs you need on your body. So
Yes.
they mix wax and oils. So these kind of formulations, the balm formulations, are thousands of years old. We've just brought in the new technology into it. So it's 100% natural as well. So this not only gives you the aroma, the way it acts with your senses is quite profound. So you'll put it in your sensory areas, just here, behind your ears, on your wrists,
Okay.
even on the soles of your feet, and it just feels amazing. With time, as it starts absorbing into your skin, the relaxation it gives you is people don't trust me when I say, but it's like putting a cream on. No, it's
No.
very, very different. It's the powerful science of Ayurveda, and it really does work.
I think even was it the de-stress balm? One of them has a cooling effect. So that's, I think, the one that helps with, pain or muscle
The
relief.
peace balm, probably.
I think it's that one,
People
yes.
use it, and it's great for migraines as well.
Yes.
It's vasodilative, so it opens up your blood vessels, get the blood flowing, and just releases tension. Yeah? Next one, our
Let's go
shower
for it.
gels.
Okay.
Our shower gels are different because it's got essential oil in it. And the great thing about essential oils is when warm water hits it, it just explodes in aroma, right? So when you have a shower gel with when you have a shower with one of our shower gels, or put it in a warm bath, your whole washroom turns into a spa. Or in this case, a lush forest or an ocean.
So this is the perfect time to also put on YouTube like a rainforest sound background if you really want the whole experience, I feel like.
Absolutely. You put that on, put this in your bath, lay back, or put it in a shower, and the experience is just next level. Along with that, we've got a rich body cream, which is a really, really rich formula. I'll let you have a look at that.
Let me have a look.
And what this does is, when you put it on your skin, it almost just sucks it up, like it's been waiting for that nourishment to come its way. It's just
And very moisturizing.
a very luxurious formula, and people just love it.
You can't just have one. Is really, really my.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like once you try one, you need to be layering them all for like the maximum experience.
Absolutely, and this is something I would carry in my backpack as well. We call it a micro mist.
Okay.
So it comes in this little.
Oh, it's
beautiful
not the
pouch.
roll-on one, right? Like
No,
a
it's not
spritz
roll-on.
version.
It's a micro mist. It's kind of like a supercharged version of the mist.
I love how light
Yeah.
it is. Like it's not overpowering.
Yeah. Even
It's there, but it's not.
also it's moisturizing, but it's not greasy.
No,
Right?
no.
Look at your skin.
It's done.
Looks beautiful. It looks
Glowing, but
moisturized.
not. So for the people that don't like that sticky feeling, that's your girl right there.
Try that.
This is like a dream come true. Tarika, if you're watching, that's right.
Yeah. So imagine carrying this in your bag. Anytime you need a little bit of a boost,
Somebody stressing you out,
there you
spritz.
go.
Manager yelling at you, spritz. Perfect. Handy dandy size, perfect for travels as well.
So the reason we do this, where the same formulations available in multiple different ways, is we call it everyday wellness everywhere. So if you're in your shower, we got you covered. If you're in your car, we got you covered. If you're in office, we got you covered. By your bedside, we got you covered. So we create amazing formulas and give it to you in multiple different ways so that you can use it throughout the day whenever you need it.
Nice. It's with you every step of the way.
Absolutely.
I like that. Okay, if there were absolutely no limits, no budgets, no restrictions, who do you think would be your dream brand ambassador for Spa Ceylon, and why do you think they align?
That's a tough one, because I think the brand ambassador things change now. Because, I mean, you either get a brand ambassador because they embody what the brand is, or in most cases for attention, right?
Right.
And attention these days is all over the place.
It's so true.
Someone's
It
got the
comes, it
attention
goes.
for these 2 weeks, and the next 2 weeks is someone else. Right now, Sydney Sweeney can sell anything from kitchenware
Yes,
to
she can.
lingerie. In 3 months, maybe not. So it's hard to think that. I would love a situation where our customers become our brand ambassadors.
I like that.
And if we could have a spotlight on someone from a different part of the world every month, and we follow them around, and they can tell us about what their day was with, what their day was like, and how Spa Ceylon gave them everyday wellness everywhere. If you could manage to get that going, that'd be fantastic.
See, that tells me about your brand values. Like that answer right there. Because, some people could, and there would be no judgment, but some people could give a particular name. You would have had somebody in mind. But to think beyond that and to think of going back to the customer experience and giving it back to the people that support you, I think that really says a lot. So I want to ask you, being a founder, it's a lot. I feel like you wear a lot of hats. You're out here being essentially the brand ambassador as well of Spa Ceylon. But what is the reality like behind all of this?
The reality is, it is quite mad, but I love the mad. I love what I do. I wake up in the morning excited. Even if I wake up tired, I'm excited. I travel a lot for what I do, but still, it is so rewarding. The stories you hear when people say how the brand makes them feel. Yesterday we finished the session, and people telling me they were so relaxed, or they had a really bad week last week, and this was a great way to start their week. People sending us stories about how their skin improved and how it changed the way they face their lives. It's all worth it, and I really love what I do every second. Whether it's running marketing from the office, whether it's going out and doing events, whether it's meeting people about the brand, and as mad as it gets, I love it, and I wouldn't give it up for the world. And I think I'm blessed and fortunate, and I'm so thankful to my mother for instilling what this industry could be in us, and it's so rewarding, and I love it.
That's so, so good to hear. I will leave you with one last question, which is, what is your Burj, or the dream that you're still building?
I want, or rather we want Spa Ceylon to be the leading wellness brand in the world. And yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Inshallah. I love it. And now finally, we have our mirror over there
Okay.
as the first male guest to ever hold our mirror. And
Beautiful pink mirror.
Thank you so much. And you can pick up a piece of paper from our little seashell.
Okay.
We call her Shelley Duvall. It'll either say past, present, future.
Okay.
Whatever you get, I want you to say a message to that version of yourself. What did you get?
Past.
Past. Okay. What do you like to say
So
to the
I
past?
look in the
Shelley?
mirror.
Yes.
You are going to make your mom proud.
Aw.
And Let's go out and take our little island home to the world.
Thank you so much. That was really beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on
I was a
Beauty the
little
Burj.
emotional as well.
I like that. I love that this part always kind of gets people to be a little bit more vulnerable. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.